name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is December 3rd, 2021, and Bitcoin is still where we left it, essentially, okay? It's still in this, seemingly never-ending complex correction that I think is the B wave of a complex correction, right? And so let's have a look, okay? So today we're going to, as always, check up on Bitcoin, see what it's doing, get an idea for where it's going to go, as well as have a look at our Chainlink trade, okay? And just FYI, I entered a small short position, a scalp position on a Chainlink short yesterday, and woke up to see that I had been stopped out for a small loss. Was kind of upset about that, but I'll talk more about that later, and the new trade, the most recent trade I've taken and why I've taken it, okay? So on the hourly chart, we are still looking at what I believe to be a complex correction, right? A large complex correction, actually. And if you look here, this is more accurate right there. We have Bitcoin. Just zooming out a little more, this looks to me very clearly like after 5 waves, you get 3 waves, yeah? And we've gotten a first wave. That first impulse was the A wave, okay? That clearly went something like this, okay? And now the B wave, which is a bunch of chop, okay? Now that bunch of chop is what we're trying to read. And it's important and it's not important. It's important to try to read these things because the more accurate you are in reading these things, the more you can dominate the market. I believe that, not being able to read chop is a barrier to kind of reaching another threshold for most traders, myself included. So trying to be fluent in being able to read charts with chop is really a skill that you should endeavor to master if you're really serious about trading full-time or, making a lot of money trading. Because, a lot of things, even on a large time frame, get caught in chop. So what is this? Usually, first and foremost, when you're in a long period of consolidation, right? It is invariably going to be a complex correction. And we know there are 2 types of complex correction. There's double threes and triple threes, okay? Double threes are WXYs, triple threes are WXYXZs, okay? So right here there's A, B, C. This is what we're seeing. Now, this A finishes right here. Why? Because you have this A, B, C. That's the impulsive portion of A. Now starts B. B comes like this. We think, and again, I said this yesterday, but it stands to be, or sort of it is worth repeating. This is clearly one wave. If this is a complex correction, it's a W wave. This is clearly another wave. If it's a complex correction, it's an X wave, okay? And this seems to me like another wave. This is a Y. That complex correction, that WXY is complete right there, okay? Now, what do we have here? After this complex correction, I think we have another complex correction. Either we have a WXYXZ, or, yeah, I think it's a WXYXZ because we're still in a B wave correction, right? So if this is a WXYXZ, then this has to be an X2 right here, right? Going like this. Something like that. No. Like this. This is an X2. And we anticipate for a Z, the Z to have to come down here. This is why I was talking about 55, a target down here. Because remember the correction generally has to slant in the direction of the counter trend, right? The counter trend is against, the trend. The trend is up, right? ABC is counter to the downtrend, the 5-wave downtrend. So the general correction has to trend down. So Z has to end below Y. This is why I'm seeing 55 imminent. But how are we going to get this? Maybe it's, if this is X2, then Z is going to do something like this. So this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm reading in Bitcoin. And like I said, after that, very simply, the C wave, how did I get the C wave? It's simply just this A, just like a regular ABC extrapolation, and then the B wave, the bottom of the B wave, which I think is going to be at the top of this support bed right here, right? So I'm going to, once again, take my Fibonacci extension tool, top of the B wave, bottom of the B wave, which I think is going to be here, and this is how I get my 61K that I've been talking about. It's just, complex corrections take time. Now, what is the purpose of complex corrections is to give market makers the ability to buy or sell in the face of an impending large move, right? Either a large move occurred right before it, or a large move will occur after it. It's just the balance that market provides. If it's going to be a large move, then you're going to have time. The market's going to basically be telling you, I didn't give you time to react, right? So that's basically what I'm seeing with this complex correction fundamentally, okay? But again, this X2 and Z is a little challenging, but I think it's kind of, and I've been reading it like this, kind of like a 2-wave, and this X2 seems to come up. Actually, it's true that the X2 usually, the X2 usually ends between the 0.5 and the 618 of the Y. Okay, and we can double check that, but I believe that's the case. So this is why I'm looking to short from here. If I were to get in a position, obviously we're not trading Bitcoin, but this from here would be a bit of a not a correction, but an impulse. This impulse down is what I'm trading in Link, okay? And that's why I'm trading it, because it's an impulse. It falls within the scope of my trading rules. I only trade impulses. I don't trade chop, or at least I try not to, okay? So that's Bitcoin. That's what I'm seeing. Again, I am again seeing 55 thereabouts. If you take this X, or Y rather, extrapolate, or sort of come back with a retrace of this X2, our target at 1 is 54,381. So even a little deeper than 55. But, these retraces, we know, these complex corrections and these corrections don't always hit the 1 to 1, 2, 3, 6. They can go as shallow as the 786 or even the 618. They can do whatever the hell they want. This is one of the reasons we don't trade them. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for Bitcoin. I still anticipate 55 before going to 61. Okay, now Link. What's going on with our Link trade? Just a bit of background. We do anticipate in the larger time frame for Link. Let me remove this. Don't need that right now. Larger time frame, we do anticipate Link do great things in December, and reason for this is essentially you have, let's go on the 4-day chart, log auto, and let's get rid of this. Okay, we basically have an incomplete B wave. This is an A wave. These are two legs of a B wave. So A, B, and now we just need a C. We're trying to trade this impulsive wave C up. Okay, zooming in really quickly. We're not there yet because we have to pivot from the downside. So this is the last portion. This is the C leg of the second portion of the B wave. We have to make a pivot, and to make a reversal, we know that you have to have this you tend to get this A, B, C reversal pattern, right? And so this is what we're anticipating. And actually, this is what I'm trading to the downside, the impulsive portion of this B wave, right? This is A, this is B, this is C. I'm trying to trade this impulsive portion of this B wave down here, just as a little scalp, all right, before really longing link to the targets of between 60 and 70. That's what we foresee. That's what we presume will be a likely target on this channel. So this is A, this is B, this is C, okay? This is just a quintessential reversal pattern. You'll see this all the time, and it ends up looking like a pitchfork. And C comes down here. The great way to long this is to long the pullback on the 2 wave and use the 618 as the stops, right? Put your stops behind the 618. So this is basically what we're seeing for Link long term. But right now, this is my short-term trade. We had this. I got in around here. I think I got in around here. I thought the correction was over right here. Okay, but I got some. Well, we got in the trade. I got in the trade. It came down here, and then it gave me this leg. But I think this is over. Why? If you pull the fibs really quickly, you see that from the top to the bottom here, we literally just touched the 618. And for me, that indicates a reversal point. Okay, a lot of times in zigzag reversal, so if it's a zigzag, ABC zigzag, right? We know that the B wave retraces only between the 0.5 and the 618 of a zigzag, right? It can't come beyond the 618. If it does, then it's a flat correction. Okay, then it has to go between the 786 and it can go all the way up to the 1618. But if it stops at the 618, then it is zigzag. I also know that just because something stops at the 618 temporarily doesn't necessarily mean it's over, because the 618 is a serious sort of point of resistance for price action. Whatever, even if it's headed and targeting higher levels. Okay, so why do I think this, whatever this is, this B wave? I don't think it's a 2 wave, but it's probably a B wave, right? Within, so this A, B, I don't know. Maybe it's a 2 wave. I think it's a 2 wave, because if it's a 2, if this is A and this is B, this has to be a 2 wave actually. And so that would also make sense that it stops at the 618, because we know 2 waves don't retrace beyond the 618. They can wick up above it, but they don't retrace beyond the 618. And if this is 1, this was an impulsive wave 1 down. This is 2. We're still looking for 3, 4, 5, and that's basically what I'm shorting now. This is a really weird looking 2 wave, but fundamentally speaking, we do see 3 waves. Okay, and this is one of the other reasons I've entered a short, because I see A, B, C. All right, I see 3 waves, and we know that corrections happen in 3. So whatever this move was, this is the correction, and I see 3 waves in that correction, and it seems complete. This is impulsive, so this tells me this is a C wave. This looks like an A wave. This looks like a B wave. Okay, so I'm kind of using all my clues, trying to Sherlock this thing. So far, so good. That trade is, 10%. Oh, it's already 10% in profit. So good. So far, so good. So we'll see. I was in profit in the last trade that I lost as well. I tend to start trades off well, but it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So if you guys want to get into that trade, do so carefully. Not financial advice. I'm a trader, so I trade. Sometimes I lose. I'm not 100%, but it's not about losing, or well, it is about winning. Let's be honest. It's all about winning. But when you do lose, I still like the trade I lost yesterday. It was a great risk to reward. The setup was great. I stuck with it. And yeah, I'll take it 10 times out of 10. And losing's part, that loss is kind of baked in as part of the system, right? If you have a good trading system, you do expect some losses, but the losses are minimized. The risk is controlled. And after that's said and done, you're going to win more than you lose. So hopefully you guys are trading well. You guys are trading safely if you are trading. But then if you're not, that's fine. I would just wait for this little dump before we get into our long positions and really enjoy the swing trade, the large gains that we anticipate Link will give in December. Hope this was helpful. Hope this was useful. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share the video if you find it useful. I'll see you next time.